Well, my expectation for this morning is to learn, I guess, to learn really about what the research tells us and what the advertising industry, advertisers and advertising agencies can do to start to rebuild the reputation of the business.
How prescient is this when the rest of the world's on the back foot to actually get on the front foot with ideas, the ideas that can shine through the prism of hope and optimism as opposed to the media agenda of misery and fear.
The night before this event, sometime after 11 o'clock, Radio 4, Off the Page, panel of commentators, bloggers about the world, society and the economy, and who was on it but Attila the stockbroker. And his simple recipe for remedying the ills of society was bigger, tougher advertising control. Simple as that.
We've got an important thing to get behind, to rally behind, and I think it should be a really good, stimulating morning.
All of the world's ills are not advertising's fault, and I think we have a responsibility to help educate.
From my point of view at BT and in my job, this kind of research, there isn't really enough of it. So definitely, I think it's the kind of thing that should be getting more visibility.
We've got a great group of people together, and it's down to us to really progress this agenda, and as they say, get onto the front foot.
And in a way, it's that spreading of a negative impression, which is quite easily done, that of course has to be countered by the industry. And Crados's part in that was to try and put the record straight.
And as a prelude to our main piece of work, which has just been published, we reviewed 172 studies.
So a bit of wide-angle stuff to look at general perceptions, as Karen will outline, and some zooming in onto more focused, hot topic, hot issues.
And it seems that unless you have a pre-existing condition, then it's unlikely, or very unlikely, that advertising is going to have a negative impact on you.
Maybe there's just particular areas that people are more nervous than others. So it's not blanket T's across the board, but in financial services it might be more of a worry than in beauty, perhaps. I don't know.
Policymakers do get that it works, don't they? It's not that they don't believe that it works.
On the back of a packet of cigarettes it says smoking can kill. Very simple, very easy to understand.
That's the great opportunity, isn't it, to connect visual creativity and ideas and inspiration with the ability to be very relevant, very targeted.
So even post-watershed advertising is very, very tame content.
Yes, it is, yes.
And I wonder whether we have made that case.
What came back clearly was, one, actually, I like to see things that are not necessarily targeted at me, so some wastage is good. And secondly, I just like great advertising.
It needs to be easier and more accessible to learn how to not get this stuff.
The other key positive messages around this whole thing is that we don't educate people actually as to how good the industry is in this country.
We had a very similar debate actually to the table there, who clearly stole our idea, which was this idea, the idea of having a single voice and how we engage more across the industry.
Three things we thought in terms of what's missing. One is create a clear counter-argument.
First of all, we think we need to put something on the back of this, which is the front foot manifesto, which is the manifesto for advertising.
It was an experiment. We didn't quite know what was going to happen. So it was the unbelievable energy and determination of Tim, and vision, and it was a few of us kind of buying into that, thinking actually that will take us a long way.
It's been a brilliant day. I think it's a chance to get everybody together and start to settle on a single script so that it can be delivered in a single voice.
And there's no doubt in my mind, if we carry on like this, we will get the trust back.
Just as ever with those front foot events, I've learnt a huge amount. We've now got to take it away, write it down, think about it, analyse it and work out what are the next steps.